Hey everybody, this is a playoff broadcast of the USFFL, which is a modern day um, draft league. And we are tuning in to check out the divisional playoff round between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. What do I have here? I've got the, oh yeah, let's see, how do I do this? The original broadcast, I guess I didn't mute the sound right away. I'm sure I will at some point, but I joined the game in progress. Arizona leading 3-0 over Carolina. I recorded it because I couldn't broadcast it while it was going. This will be a better broadcast anyway because it's in double speed, so it should go much quicker. Hopefully, I mute the sound at some point so this doesn't stay like this with the background noise the whole time. But that was a Panthers. They had to punt. Oh, I know how I can do it. I'm watching this broadcast here. Let's change it to this, and let's turn the volume down. I think that will work here. Then I'll be able to, I'm recording it again with the soundtrack. So that should work. Of course, if this doesn't work, I will have wasted 45 minutes trying to capture this game. Anyway, it's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. The Panthers are the number 5 seed. This is based on the 2015 card set, and in real life, these two teams met in the NFC Conference Championship game. End run wrong, or off tackle wrong to Andre Ellington that picked up 7 yards. He's capped, picked up 6 yards, capped at 6. And we had a flat pass right for 1 yard. It's a little confusing because we're using the yards after catch in the league. So it's a +2 catch, the number in parentheses, modified by -1, which resulted in a 1-yard gain. If we had not been using that rule, that would have been a first down. So 4th and 2, the Cardinals face at the Carolina 35, leading 3-0. Short pass to Darren Fells, guessed right, incomplete. So Carolina will take over at their own 35. This is the Panther team that in real life was 15-1 and was the number 1 seed. In the replay, in our league, they were 11-5. We use injuries, we use penalties, we use dump off, yards after catch. So we use a lot of the modern bells and whistles. Cam Newton guessed right there, picks up 13 on first down, 1st and 10 at the 48. Flat pass left to Ed Dixon against the run call. That picks up 12. There's an injury there, and Patrick Peterson goes out. Big injury as he's a 6th-rated cornerback for the Cardinals. He was covering, I believe his coverage responsibility was Ted Ginn here. He's replaced by a 0, so now there's 2 0 cornerbacks. Long pass to Philly Brown, covered by a 0, guessed right, 1 man in zone. First time I've seen this side of the field, says Vic, as the Cardinals have been playing great defense up to this point. What are they going to do without Patrick Peterson? 2nd and 2. Long pass, guessed wrong. 1 man in zone, but it's picked off. Cam Newton guessed wrong on a long pass, interception on 2-4 split. The return was fumble, but Arizona kept possession. So Rashad Johnson picks the pass off near the goal line, returns it 21 yards. It'll be 1st and 10, Arizona at the 23. So the Panthers are pushed away. 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1 on first down. Defensive end Jared Allen makes a play, white die 4 against the run rating of 4. 2nd and 11. Got some pass rushers checking in for Carolina. Off tackle right to David Johnson, picks up 2. Arizona has really good weapons offensively on offense. David Johnson, Andre Ellington, and Chris Johnson. I use these backs in Battle Royale on my Battle Royale draft team. 3rd and 9. Of course, in this league, Ellington's limited by that low carry running back issue where 2/3 of the time on his cards he only goes maximum of 6. Short pass to Michael Floyd, and it's sacked. Coney Ely up against Bobby Massey. A 6 against a 5. You wouldn't think there's that much chance of a sack, but it's 24% chance, and it was a 24 roll. 42-yard punt, returned 15 yards by Ted Ginn Jr., and the Cardinals are again back in the Panthers are back in business in Cardinal territory. Mike Tolbert checks in the game. He's also limited by the low carry halfback. Off tackle left to Tolbert. Goes on the D cards, though. Up, but wait, there's a penalty. False start. 13-12 to go in the half. 1st and 15. Arizona leads by 3. Cardinals with the ball. If you like defensive battles, these are two very good defensive teams. Off tackle draw right to Cameron Artis-Payne, and it's a run call, so that's counts as being keyed, and he loses 2 yards. So 2nd and 17. Cardinals are going backwards. They're no longer in. The Panthers are going backwards. They're no longer in Cardinals territory. 2nd and 17. Panthers at their own 47. Flat pass right again. Short gain on Cam's card. Picks up 17, but there's another penalty. Carolina's flagged for holding. So that backs it up. They're going the wrong way. 2nd and 27. Three-3-5 defense for the Cardinals. Short pass to Greg Olsen. It's a pass call with some linebacker pressure coming. Must run for 8 yards. It's 3rd and 19. So it started off as a promising possession. It looks like the Panthers will just try to get close enough to maybe set up an interesting 4th down decision, or to try to pin the Cardinals deep. Long pass again. They're going for it. Go big or go home. It's a must run for 23 yards. Cam Newton. Oh my goodness. 3rd down and super long, and he runs it for 23 yards on a must run. My stars and garters. Big play there. Intentional. Now we're going back the other way. 1st down pass. Long pass looking for Ted Ginn. Guessed wrong, but intentional grounding was called. So now it's 2nd and 20. Push back outside of field goal range. I have to look at that. It was 3rd and 19, and he ran for 23 yards, I believe. Off tackle draw left to Cameron Artis-Payne. The artist formerly known as Payne picks up 20. Look at that. How easy is that? You get a short gain. You get exactly what you need on 1st and 20. The maximum number of yards. Flat pass left to Tolbert. Incomplete. So Carolina's turned this, what looked like it was going to be a missed opportunity. They now are certainly in field goal range and looking for more. Off tackle left to Payne, picks up 2. 3rd and 8. 9:18 to go in the half. Cam Newton is joined in the backfield by Jonathan Stewart. It's a linebacker draw to Stu. He picks up 6 on 3rd and 8. It's 4th and 2. And out comes Graham Gano, don't you know? It's up and it's good, and the Panthers have a 6-0 lead. Good stand there by, the Panthers tied the game at 3. And it was a good stand there by Arizona, as they could have fallen behind if they gave up a touchdown. A kick 9 yards deep, and David Johnson tries to take it out. He does have a touchdown on 2, long gain off the Panthers card on 12, but he only gets 20 yards, which brings the ball out to the 11. Short pass turns into a dump off, incomplete on a flat pass. 2nd and 11, or 2nd and 10. 3-3 ball game. 7:48 to go in the half. Cardinals have David Johnson in the backfield. Guessed wrong. Short pass to Larry Fitzgerald. Hits a blank on Carson Palmer's card. Palmer has a little bit of a shaky start. 6 of 14 for 65 yards. He's got 3 really good receivers in the set. Larry Fitzgerald, John Brown, and Michael Floyd. Floyd and Fitz are max short. It's a must run on 3rd and 10 for 7 yards, though. And he'll have to punt it. It goes down to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over. The chance to take the lead. Tolbert's in the game. 2 tight end set with a fullback. End run right to Cam. Loses 3, guessed wrong. His end run is not as good as you saw how effective his must run was, but his end run is not as good as it's been in past years. 2nd and 13. Off tackle right to Tolbert. Had a man in the zone. It was guessed wrong, but it went on the D cards. Look at the Arizona D card with one man in zone off tackle. Whew. 0, 0. Lots of negatives and zeros. Long pass to Jericho Cotchery, guessed right, being doubled though. So it's incomplete, 4th and 13. So the Panthers will punt. Cardinals take it. 1st and 10. 13 yards there. I'll look in our flat pass. Makes it 1st and 10 at the 36. Pace picking up here. Two back, 3 wide receiver offense. The 3rd wide receiver is more potent than Arizona's tight end. Oh, Darren Fells isn't bad. Not as good as Michael Floyd, though. 2nd quarter, 4:30 to go. A stuff on 1st down off tackle. The defensive tackle makes a play. Star Latulelele stuffs that. 2nd and 10. Got some pass rushers in the game for Carolina. Short pass to Troy Nicholas, incomplete on the receiver reading. Guessed right. 2nd and 15. Oh, there was a penalty there, so that play doesn't even count. So 2nd and 15 now. Back it up 5 yards offside. So really, that's like I look at that as like a false start penalty. Play doesn't count. 3:54 to go in the half. 3-3. Tight, low-scoring game. 4-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 11. That's doable for Carson Palmer, especially with his receivers and his guessed right short pass card. 3-3-5 showing blitz for the Panthers. Short pass to Darren Fells, incomplete, and the Cardinals have to punt. So we're seeing a lot of failed possessions here. Just really good defense is what it is. 42-yard punt, bounces back for 3 yards, and the Panthers take over at their own 26. Tolbert in the game again. Long pass again. Stone picks up 31 yards as Ginn brings it down. Tyrann Mathieu in on the tackle. 3-3. One more play and we'll be at the 2-minute warning. Off tackle left to Tolbert. Guessed right. One man in zone. Goes nowhere. 2nd and 10. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Carolina in Arizona territory. Flat pass right to Cotchery. Picks up 13. There's nobody in the zone as the linebacker was on the line of scrimmage. So that makes it 1st and 10 at the 30. He in field goal range. 1:52 to go in the half as he got out of bounds. Off tackle left to Stewart. One man in zone, but it's on the offensive card. Picks up 8. Guessed wrong. 2nd and 2. That's such a good running back card off tackle. Off tackle run draw, guessed right. And as a matter of fact, it shows up as keyed. 3rd and 3. Carolina lost a player on that play. Try Turner goes out, and he'll be out for the rest of the game. That's a 6'7" right guard. 3rd and 3. Short pass against the run call, incomplete on Cam's card, and have to bring out the unit. It's up, and it's good. Graham Gano is good on 2 through 8, 11 and 12. Misses on 9 and 10. And the Panthers take a 6-3 lead. 1 minute to go in the half. Long pass to Michael Floyd turns into a dump off on the quarterback's card, incomplete. This is Charles Johnson's asterisk rating against Bobby Massey's 5 run block rating or pass block rating. 3-3-5 showing blitz again. Flat pass right to Larry Fitzgerald, picks up 10. That'll be a 1st down. 52 seconds left to go in the half. I'm sorry, 45 seconds left to go in the half as he calls a timeout. 6-3 Panthers lead. Ball. 3-2-6 showing blitz. Long pass to Floyd. One man in zone almost is intercepted. 2-8, 11 and 12 was a split, and he rolled a 10. 2nd and 10 to 37. David Johnson in the backfield. He's a great pass catcher. He can go short. Andre Ellington can go long, but long pass to Darren Fells. Guessed right on the quarterback's card. Incomplete. Oh, no, intercepted. Excuse me. 2-5, 11 and 12 is picked off. There's a penalty flag, and it's pass interference against Carolina. So instead of a pick, the Panthers move the ball past midfield, and they have 30 seconds left and a timeout. Big penalty there. 1st and 10 at Carolina's 47. Can they get into field goal range, tie it up at the very least? They'd love to get a touchdown here if that works its way out. Long pass, defensive back in zone. And that's Kurt Coleman's 5 against the white die. Against the white die 5. So that's incomplete. Extra plus 33. 3-3-5 showing blitz. Flat pass right to Darren Fells. It goes for 11 yards. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. They did not get out of bounds. Will he use his timeout? He does. 15 seconds left. Needs one more play to get in bounds. To get in field goal range, I should say. 3-5 showing blitz. Will it be a short pass? Will it be a flat pass? It is a short pass. Defender extra plus 15, incomplete, as Colin Jones makes the play because he was helped by the free safety on a double team. He's usually a 0-rated player, but because he had the double team defender, it was incomplete. All defender X rolls are incomplete if you're double teamed with a TB. Short pass to Darren Felds, 8 seconds left. He gets 14 yards. Does he get out of he already uses timeout, so there's no way for him to stop the clock, and the clock runs out. So Carolina leads 6-3. I'm going to fast forward it here because there was a break during the timeout. Okay, here we go. So the Cardinals trail by 3, and they'll have to kick off. They'll start at their 20. Two good defensive teams is turning into a good defensive battle. Long pass again, guessed wrong. Long gain, goes for 34 yards. So suddenly the Panthers go into Cardinal territory. Thanks to Cam Newton hitting again on a long pass. Off tackle left to Stewart. It's a man in the zone, doesn't pick up any yardage. 6-3 Panthers on top. They have the ball. Flat pass right to Tolbert. There's a man in the zone, guessed right. Picks up 3. 3rd and 7. Newton, 8 of 15 so far. Flat pass right to Olsen, being double covered. Incomplete. So nice stand there by Dale in Arizona. They'll force a punt. And they'll take over at their 15. They're trailing by 3. Charles Johnson in the game. 3 wides. Johnson has a nice card. I'm sorry, that's not Charles Johnson. That's Chris Johnson. Flat pass right to Gresham. Guessed right, incomplete. But there's a personal foul, and that'll move the ball up to the 30 as Carolina was fouled, called for misconduct. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 1st and 10 at the 30. David Johnson in there now. Blocking back halfback set. Penalties are killing me, says Vic. I've seen him go both ways in this game so far, it seems like. Oh, but just as he says that, the refs say, you want to see killing? I'll show you killing. They call another personal foul. So that's 30 yards in personal fouls in the last 2 plays. That takes the ball into Carolina territory, 1st and 10. Off tackle left to Chris Johnson. The dreaded 5, guessed wrong, no yards. 2nd and 10, 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. David Johnson in the game 2 tight end set. When will one of these Cardinal running backs break a big run? We haven't seen it yet. A short pass to David Johnson to must run for 5 yards. That'll bring 3rd and 5. We're at the Cardinal 40 or the Panther 42-yard line. Cardinals stay blocking back halfback with David Johnson. Flat pass right to Darren Fells, incomplete, and off the punt. If they had thrown it to the left, that would have been like a 20-yard gain. 18-yard gain, excuse me. No, they're thinking about going for it here, but they decided to punt. And it goes into the end zone, so the Panthers will start at the 20. 6-3 Panther lead. 3rd quarter, 10:48 to go. Panthers come out with Jonathan Stewart in pistol formation, 2 tight end set. 3-4 showing blitz, off tackle left to Stewart. Linebacker in zone, -2 or +4. There's a fumble. Carolina has recovered it, so they keep the ball and they advance it, so it's a 5-yard gain. Jonathan Stewart has a 7 out of 100 chance of fumbling, and he coughed it up there. Sorry, 7 out of 1,000 chance, so 0.7% chance of a fumble, and he coughed it up. Flat pass to Cotchery is guessed wrong. Goes on, hits a missed receiver spot, so it'll bring up 3rd and 5. Flat pass right to Olsen. Single covered, but the defense holds. There on a blink. 4th and 5, the Panthers will punt. You're going to get a lot of punts in this game with these two outstanding defensive teams. 1st and 10, Arizona at their own 29. Back 3 wide receiver set. Gresham is in the game as the blocking back. 4-3 showing blitz for the Panthers. Base 3-4 with that blitz possibly coming from the free safety. End run right, end run left to Chris Johnson. I was wondering when we were going to see a big run. That was a 25-yarder, but false start, that penalty wipes out a 25-yard gain. So instead of 1st and 10, past midfield is now 1st and 15 back at Arizona's 24. Same formations by both teams. End run right to Johnson again, only picks up 2 yards on the T card. 2nd and 13, 8:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Are we going to see a touchdown today? These teams are playing outstanding defense. Short pass to Gresham. Turns into a dump off to Michael Floyd for 8 yards. 3rd and 5. Makeable 3rd down here. Even on double speed, these guys are taking their time on their play calling. Short pass to Gresham, incomplete. I'll have to punt. So 3rd down conversions have been tough to come by today. Another punt. Fair caught by Ginn. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Stewart in the backfield. 3-4 showing blitz. And run right to Newton. There's a man there, but it's guessed wrong. Picks up 7, but there's a penalty. Back it up 5. Off tackle right to Stewart. Guessed wrong. 1 man in zone. Picks up 4. 2nd and 11. Long pass to Cotchery. I think he's single covered there. Long gain, 34 yards, 0 men in zone, and Cam Newton hits deep again. That takes the ball inside Arizona territory. Remember, Arizona's the home team here, so they use on long gains. They use the long gain away chart, and it's got a lot more of those 30-yard gains than the bigger ones. Long pass to Olsen, and here comes Arizona's pass rush. Sacks Cam Newton for a 10-yard loss. Dwight Freeney came in there, took advantage of Michael O'Hare, and got Cam Newton by the blind side. Off tackle right to Stewart, short gain, picks up 13. That'll make it from 2nd and 20 to 3rd and 7. Three wide with Fozzie Whitaker in the backfield against a 3-3-5. Remember, Peterson's out of the game injured. Flat pass left to Philly Brown. Guest right is a 4-rated linebacker there, incomplete. And the Panthers will punt. So despite that short game, they didn't get any points, or that long game on the long pass, they didn't get any points out of it. 58-yard punt goes down to the to the Cardinal 20, and they'll start there. End run left to David Johnson, picks up 9. I'm telling you, those Cardinal running backs do have some big gains in them if they hit on their own card. Guess wrong. Off tackle right, defensive tackle 0 or +5, and that's stopped. 3rd and 1. Full house against a 4-3 base, not showing blitz. The full house boosts the run block rating of the offensive line by 1, but makes it difficult when you try to throw flat, as it will be automatically 2 men in the zone under most circumstances. Again, both teams taking their time in their calls. Off tackle right to Chris Johnson, picks up a yard, 1st down. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Every possession's magnified as we get later in the game. As you can see, these teams in real life, this was the game that Carolina blew out Arizona on their way to the Super Bowl. But it's not playing out that way. Arizona gets a short gain there from David Johnson, 16 yards, pickup. 1st and 10, near midfield, 2:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Short pass to Fitzgerald, correctly double teamed, and there's a holding call on Arizona. There's a holding call on Carolina. That'll move it up 5 yards, and it's an automatic 1st down. Past midfield, Cardinals are looking to tie it up or take the lead. Carson Palmer under center with Chris Johnson in the backfield in a 2 tight end set. 10 penalties for 103 yards versus 2 penalties for 10. Yeah, but Vic, don't forget about that 25-yard run that was wiped out by a penalty, a 5-yard penalty on the Cardinals. So the straight stat sheets of the penalties don't always tell the whole story. Although penalties have hurt Carolina today, no doubt about that. And run left to Chris Johnson, guessed right, picks up 5. That'll make it 2nd and 5. Chris Johnson stays in there, 4-3 showing blitz. Dale having a little dig at Vic's expense, telling him that the dice has been so much against him today. Kind of thinking back to those long passes that have hit on Cam's card. Arizona injury to Larry Fitzgerald, and he's out on that play. Vic says, "Oh man." See, it's good sportsmanship not to complain about bad luck in a dice game. You're going to have bad luck. That's just the way it goes. Injury there, that's bad luck. Remember, his second significant player he lost today after losing Patrick Peterson in the first half. Short pass to Darren Fells. Hits a blank guest right on Palmer's card. But the good news is the Cardinals are in field goal range at the 25 of the Panthers. 1:12 to go in the third quarter. 4-3 showing blitz for the Panthers. And I'm sure Vic doesn't mean anything by just commenting on his bad luck on penalties. It's something that people have a tendency to do. 6-yard gain by Chris Johnson, guessed wrong. 3rd and 4. 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. And also rolls that have gone Carolina's way have been on those third downs where the Cardinals just keep missing. That's happened for both ways. Like I said, there's no really reason to complain in this game. And I don't think Vic really was complaining, just pointing it out. 3rd and 4. Cardinals in a blocking back halfback set. But that does irritate people sometimes when the guy's complaining. Flat pass right to Gresham picks up 4, first down. The guy's complaining, and then he winds up beating you. And in this case, the Panthers are already winning, so they're looking like they're in good shape. But that guy just is complaining all half, and then even though they're losing, and then the luck turns around in the second half, and they get all the rolls. You don't hear a peep from them, and they wind up winning. And run right to Johnson picks up 5, guessed right. So some good rolls there. Not losing any yardage. 2nd and 5. The Cardinals would love to get in the end zone here. They're 10 short yards away. The 4-3 showing blitz against the 2 tight end set. Chris Johnson in the backfield. And run left to Johnson, guessed wrong, picks up 3. Would have been a first down on 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 12. So bad luck there not to get one of those numbers. 3rd and 2. We're now into the fourth quarter. What will the Cardinals do here? Short pass to John Brown, guessed wrong. Well, that's an unlucky roll. Nod, nod, wink, wink. Guessed wrong. Hits a blank on Palmer's card, and they'll settle for a field goal, and it's a tie game. 6-6. Be right back, says Dale. So let's move this up a little bit. 28-yard kickoff and or kickoff down to the 1 yard deep in the end zone. It's a 28-yard return. So the Cardinals will take over in a tie game, 14:06 to go. Short pass to Philly Brown. Some heat coming. Must run for 0 yards. Second and 10. Short pass again. It's a run call. And it goes for 11 yards. First down, Panthers. 3-4 showing blitz. Long pass again. But here comes the Cardinals pass rush as Calais Campbell takes advantage of Mike Remmers and sacks Newton for a 9-yard loss. 2nd and 19 now. I get a chance to go down and take the lead. 12:54 to go in the game. Off tackle right to Stewart. Goes on the D card and loses 2 yards. That's how good those Cardinals defensive cards are with men in zone. 3rd and 21. Short pass to Greg Olsen. Here comes the pass rush again. And the Cardinals, thanks to Dwight Freeney, bring down, it's got to be a good 3-4 sacks at least. Check the stats later, but 6-6 now. The Cardinals take over. 11:42 to go in the game. Shifted to Arizona's side as they look to take their second lead of the game. Long pass to Darren Fells, guessed wrong. 28 yards, and they are into Panther territory. Nice call there. David Johnson in the game. 4-3 defense, not showing blitz against the blocking back halfback. Short pass to Michael Floyd. Guessed wrong, picks up 14. Now Arizona's inching towards field goal range. Carolina's 34. They need another first down to get into field goal range. Chandler Catanzaro is not that great from 33 plus. Long pass to Fells, a dump off for 13 yards. That's another first down, and now Cardinals are definitely in field goal range now. 1st and 10 at the Panther 21. 4-3 showing blitz now. Chris Johnson in the game. Blocking back halfback. Short pass to Fells, picks up 12, but wait, there's a penalty, false start. And we're going to back it up 5 yards, 1st and 15 at the 26. David Johnson in the game, 4-3 showing blitz. Off tackle right to Johnson, picks up 6, guessed wrong, and it's 2nd and 9. I haven't really seen too much explosion from, like I said, the Cardinal running backs. Johnson's 7 of 43 so far for day. He's doing well, but he's just not getting the ball a lot. Short pass to Michael Floyd, 15 yards, 1st and goal at the 5. The Cardinals are in business. 15-yard gainer there on a guessed right receiver catch by Michael Floyd. Linebacker Carson Palmer, guessed right, goes for a yard. 2nd and goal at the 4. Chris Johnson in the game. 8:42 to go in the game. Nitty-gritty time. Short pass to Michael Floyd, interception split, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal at the 4. 8:24 to go. Cardinals want a touchdown. They want the lead however they can get it. They'll settle for a field goal, but they would love to get it in the end zone here. Chris Johnson in the game. End run right to Chris Johnson, picks up 5, and that is a touchdown. Arizona goes up. They cash in the guessed right run. They get a good roll, +5. You had that for a lot. Yes, he has 13 carries for 24 yards. Some more digs here. I probably rolled that for about 6 times on my mouth. Nice drive for the first touchdown of the game. Thank you, says Dale. So, a little sigh of relief for the Cardinals. Panthers take over, trailing by a touchdown late in the game, 7:48 to go. Vic won't panic, though. He's got a good runner in Stewart, which will get some run calls. He can throw it deep or short with Newton. He goes for another long pass. It turns into a dump off for 9 yards to Stewart. 2nd and 1. 7:12 to go. A long pass to Philly Brown. He's bombing it out. It's picked off. Arizona has made an interception. They return it to midfield, and suddenly the Cardinals, with 10 fourth-quarter points, have the ball and are in control. They can go up 2 scores here. They could really put a hurt on Carolina. End run left to David Johnson. No gain. 6:36 to go in the game. Short pass to Jermaine Gresham, incomplete. Guessed right. 3rd and 10. 3-3-5 showing blitz against a 3-wide formation. Short pass to David Johnson, incomplete. And that'll make a punt. And that'll force the Cardinals to punt. So they were on the verge of taking control of the game, but the Carolinas come up with a big stand, force a punt, and they'll get the ball back. 37-yard punt return. Not only did they get the ball back, but they're at midfield, folks. Ted Ginn Jr. with a huge clutch 37-yard punt return after a 38-yard punt, which is a net 1 yard, folks, for those who are struggling with maths, as they say in Britain. A 13-yard pickup there on first down, and it's Suddenly, the Panthers are only 39 yards away from tying the game. 5:24 to go in the game. 13-6, and run left to Newton. Guessed wrong, but there's a man there. Short gain on Cam's card, goes for 14. Boom, boom, boom. The Panthers are now at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. Plenty of time left. 5 minutes to go. Just shows you why you want to stick with it mentally. You throw that pick. Dale says you get that 2 roll a lot. LOL. Yep, says Vic. 9-yard flat pass. Cam to Stewart makes it 2nd and 1. Don't you hate when guys make comments like that? I think it takes away from a lot from otherwise great games. Yes, it all works out in the end, says Vic. So I'm not really sure if we got some subtweeting going on between Dale and Vic, or if they're really just chatting about how some guys complain and take away from the game, or maybe Dale's teaching them a lesson. I don't know. Anyway, suddenly it's the Panthers who are knocking on the door after that 11-yard short pass completion. Off tackle left to Jonathan Stewart. Guessed wrong. Loses 4. 3:18 to go in the game. Might be headed to overtime, folks. 3-4 showing blitz. Stewart's still in there. Second and goal at the 9. A little bit of a delay here. Not sure what's going on. Thinking about their calls, probably. Short pass to Philly Brown. Guessed right. 3-minute zone. Penalty. Pass interference. So there's those penalties you were wondering where they were, Vic. You got an important one there, as it would have been 4th down. 3 minutes to go in the game. 1st and goal at the 1. Just pounded up the middle here, right? Short pass to Olsen. Incomplete on Cam's card. It's all right. It would have been a touchdown on a quarterback sneak. What you going to do this time? How about another quarterback sneak? Or a quarterback sneak for the first time? 2nd and goal at the 1. 3-4 showing blitz. And run right to Stewart. And run right. Oh, no. -8. 8-yard loss. You just got to pound it up the middle. Another 5 roll. Quarterback sneak would have gotten you a touchdown. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 9 after you had 1st and goal at the 1. Can Arizona hold on and make this stand? Always keep running it the wrong way, says Vic. Smiley face, says Dale. Dale's hoping he can run negative again. 3rd and goal at the 9. Theoretically, you could just kick a field goal here and try to get the ball back, but I think you're going to go for it in this spot. At least I would. Short pass to Olsen. Incomplete. There's another penalty, though. Offsides. That brings it back to the 4. And now runs in more in play. 2:06 to go in the game. One more play. We'll be at the 2-minute warning. Newton's had a mixed game. He's got the 2 picks, but he does have over 200 yards on just 14 completions. So he's hit some big passes. 3rd and goal at the 4. Short pass again. Guessed wrong. Touchdown. And folks, the game is now tied. Pending. Well, it will be as soon as the extra point's up. And Graham Gano kicks it. Well done, Vic, says Dale. Nice show of sportsmanship. You kept the drama of this game alive. It looked like the Cardinals were ready to clamp down, leading 13-6. Newton had thrown extra points up and good, so we are tied. Newton had thrown an interception that had given the Cardinals the ball at the 50. And since then, it's kind of fallen apart a little bit. David Johnson gets the ball 9 yards deep. He might take it out here with that touchdown on 2. Let's see what he does. Nope. Decides to sit on it. David Johnson's in the backfield, though, in a blocking back halfback set. 2 minutes to go in the game. In regulation, I should say. Long pass to Gresham turns into a dump off, incomplete. Oh, and there's an injury. David Johnson took a beating on that play. It's a concussion. He'll have to miss an additional game. So if Arizona advances, they'll be without David Johnson in the NFC Conference Championship game. That's a tough blow right there. So Chris Johnson's in there. And running Chris Johnson, guess wrong, goes nowhere. 3rd and 10. So the Panthers hoping to get a stop here, get a punt, get another Ted Ginn punt return. And I remember that's what happened after the interception. They punted it from midfield, and it was a 38-yard punt that was returned 37 yards. Can we see that happen again? 3-3-5 showing blitz. Chris Johnson in the backfield. Short pass to Gresham. It's picked off. Carolina picks the ball off. 2 through 6, 11 and 12 with 4 men in the zone. And what a time for that. 1:15 to go. Now you can just run it and try to set up a game-winning field goal to Graham Gano. Flat pass left to Olsen. Guessed wrong. Picks up 12. So forget about running it. Vic says, I'm going for the touchdown. I'm not going to settle for the field goal. Arizona calls timeout. 1st and 10 at the 19. Flat pass to Stewart against another 10-yard game, another fit pickup. So that's going to be a minute left. You almost want to, if you're the Panthers here, just take a couple of knees and kick a last-minute field goal. If you're the Cardinals, you kind of almost want to let Carolina score so you can get the ball back. It's a defender X or plus 15, and he does score. Justin Bethel's 0 rating, can't make the play against the White Die 4. It's up and good. So now, I mean, Carolina's happy they're up by a touchdown, but that is good news for the Cardinals in a way because they'll have a chance. Now they have to take it out. They get a 30-yard return, not the touchdown they were hoping for, but they could have got a touchdown on that snake eyes right there. So 20-13, 37 seconds left to go. It's a tall order here. 3-2-6 showing blitz. So after Arizona took control of the game, going up 13-6 with 10 fourth quarter points, the Cardinals have scored 2 touchdowns, 1 to tie, 1 to take a touchdown lead. Holding call against Arizona. And so the penalties are evening out. We had a spectator drop there. 30 seconds to go. You need 89 yards. That's a tough order. Short pass to Fells, incomplete. 2nd and 20, 22 seconds left. So it looks like the Arizona Cardinals are going to advance. I'm sorry, the Carolina Panthers are going to advance over the Arizona Cardinals to the NFC Conference Championship game. Incomplete there, 3rd and 20. A sack, and that's the game. It was a safety. An 11-yard loss to end the game. So it goes from 20 to 13 to 22 to 13, and that eats up the rest of the clock. So that shows you how quick a game can turn around in Strat-O-Matic. So thanks for watching. I'm going to send this out. A nice quick AFC Championship game. or NFC Divisional Playoff game. So we'll talk to you guys soon. I'll shut this down. Congratulations, Vic, and great season, Dale. He beat my Seattle team on the last week 17 of the regular season, and I knew I was going to have a handful with whichever team advanced here. So we'll see what happens. All right, take care. Bye.